Hello. Hello and welcome to Tamil Movie Recapped. Today, we are going to recap an engaging, raw, and deadly cop drama movie called Singham 2. 8 months after the dramatic defeat and death of the notorious extortionist Male Vadanam, former police officer Durai Singham has stepped away from the force, publicly resigning as ordered by Home Minister Ramathan. Yet, Singham's mission is far from over. Secretly, he has taken on the task of investigating suspicious and rampant weapons smuggling along the coasts of his beloved hometown, Thoothukudi. One moonlit night, Singham's sharp eyes catch sight of a smuggling operation led by a man named Saghayam. Acting swiftly, Singham contacts the police, but the local inspector assigned to the case is corrupt, aligned with the smugglers, and betrays Singham's position. Ambushed and outnumbered, Saghayam's men hunt Singham in the shadows, but his training and resolve allow him to overpower the attackers and escape unscathed. The next day, in the underworld's dark chambers, Saghayam faces his ruthless boss, by a powerful Don who commands an extensive criminal empire throughout Thoothukudi. Bai's fury boils as Saghayam admits they've been outwitted and the mysterious informant's identity remains unknown. Their suspicions turn to David, a local man suspected of appropriating their illicit goods. Saghayam viciously murders David, dumping his body overboard, sending a chilling message. Meanwhile, Singham has found a quieter role as the National Cadet Corps master at a district school, a position fitting his military background. When chaos erupts over leaked exam papers, Singham is called in to investigate. With the help of the quick-witted Pien Suzai, he tracks the miscreant to Sathya, a bright and headstrong student who leaked the paper online in protest against unfair grading. Though angered, Singham admires her spirit and intellect. Sathya's character shines brighter when she cleverly assists Singham during a confrontation with a local Don and his gang, angry over their son's punishment in class. The Don's men storm the school, but Singham single-handedly defends it. Officer Karam, from the local police district, reprimands Singham for getting involved but ultimately lets him off, acknowledging Singham's influence. Sathya's admiration for Singham grows, sparking tender feelings even as Singham maintains professional distance. On the home front, tensions rise. Kavia's family, especially her father Soundra Pandey, expresses anger and disappointment over Singham's resignation from the police force. This stance threatens his engagement to Kavia, casting a shadow on their relationship. Suzai gives Singham a deeper understanding of Bai and Satyam's operations along the coast, warning him that Bai's network controls more than he realizes, even corrupting local authorities. However, not all forces of power bend to crime. Thangaraj, a successful businessman and Sathya's uncle who owns a shipping company, uses his influence to keep the criminals somewhat in check. Delving deeper into the case, Singham uncovers a grim truth. Bai and Saghayam aren't just smuggling weapons, they are trafficking cocaine, distributing it among the youth and vulnerable citizens. The drug trade fuels violence, addiction, and despair throughout the community. The criminal network traces back to a shadowy figure, the international drug lord known only as Danny, a recluse who lives aboard his yacht in the remote ocean, far beyond easy reach. Danny brutalizes an Australian border officer who confronts him and commands Bai to prepare for a fresh shipment. One day, Sathya calls Singham in distress, claiming she's been abducted and is calling from Manapad Church. Racing there, Singham confronts her only to learn she fabricated the kidnapping, driven by her feelings for him. Though angry, Singham warns her about the dangers of interfering, requiring her to surrender her necklace as proof the abduction was staged. Thangaraj, furious over the disruption the false abduction causes, sends his men to hunt the supposed kidnappers and grows wary of Singham. His growing mistrust prompts him to verify Singham's true intentions, marking the businessman's split loyalty. Singham reports to Home Minister Ramnathan, highlighting the corrosive impact of drug smuggling, explaining that even a tiny fraction of trafficked drugs can poison thousands of young lives through parties and street sales. Yet arrests and enforcement remain inadequate to dismantle the operation. Singham requests the transfer of his loyal friends Ezramelai and Damodari to aid his fight. Meanwhile, Sathya, believing distance will bring her closer to Singham, leaves the school. After spending a quiet Valentine's Day with Kavya, Singham faces new turmoil: the kidnapping of a local girl, Selvi, linked to gang rivalries fueled by caste tensions. Bai and allied Don gangs erupt in citywide riots, clashing with police, escalating violence and chaos. Singham organizes a strong police response, tracking the kidnappers to a private island. Bravely engaging in a deadly raid, Singham arrests Saghayam and kills his henchmen, quelling the riots. This decisive victory rebuilds trust. Thangaraj acknowledges Singham's leadership. Soundarpandi softens, giving reluctant blessings for the marriage. Singham rejoins the police force, embracing renewed camaraderie with Officer Karam and allowing Suzai to settle peacefully nearby after aiding in Saghayam's capture. The battle continues as Singham cracks down on cocaine dealers, shutting shops and intercepting shipments. Yet, Sathya's unrelenting attempts to win Singham's affection cause tension. Kavya grows suspicious after her houseworker reports Sathya's advances. Singham trails Thangaraj at sea, leading to a shocking revelation: Thangaraj is Bai's secret partner in crime. Angry over the riots and police crackdown, Thangaraj scolds Saghayam for recklessness, confident his political friendships will protect their business. Singham zeroes in on the drug network, ordering blood tests from David's family and a search for his body. Meanwhile, Thangaraj plans an extravagant party, inviting Danny, the international don who has not been seen on land for 12 years, hoping to solidify alliances and divert police attention by inviting Singham's superiors. On the night of the party, Singham's team tracks Saghayam escorting Danny to the harbor. Suspicious of their movements, Singham lets Danny board a boat before arresting him after a confrontation. Discovering Danny lacks a passport or visa, Karam's evidence threatens the syndicate. Political machinations follow. Thangaraj uses his influence to pressure Singham, demanding Danny's release. Singham resists, perplexed by Thangaraj's persistent interference. Research reveals Danny's dark past as a ruthless drug lord. Meanwhile, Bai orchestrates a violent assault on the police station to free Danny. The attack devastates the force. Many officers die, Karam is injured, and Danny once again escapes to sea. Thangaraj warns Singham to cease his pursuit, but Singham's conscience and sense of justice compel him onward. Branded reckless, Singham is suspended. Undeterred, he confronts Bai, vowing to dismantle the drug empire. Reporting to Ramnathan, Singham makes clear that only coordinated, aggressive action can capture Danny and his network. Reinstated with full command, Singham suspends corrupt superiors and launches a sweeping crackdown, arresting Bai's men and drug distributors citywide. Personal turmoil continues. Sathya returns to retrieve her necklace, witnessed by Kavya, stirring feelings of jealousy and misunderstanding. After a tense confrontation, Sathya apologizes, eventually reconciling and becoming friends with the couple. The syndicate's retaliation intensifies. Bai hires a deadly Sri Lankan assassin targeting Singham. The assassin wounds Ezramelai by mistake, but is hunted down and killed by Singham after a fierce urban chase. Bai's fury erupts again as he threatens arrest for his enemies, forcing them into hiding. Singham's investigations lead him to Chennai. where he discovers by planning to receive Danny's new shipment in a forest hideout. Collaborating with trusted police allies, Singham ambushes and arrests the gang. Retaliates by unleashing widespread violence in Thuthukuti, but Singham fortifies the city and crushes the uprising. Corrupt officers working for Bai are purged. Thangaraj calls Danny, warning him to avoid India. Danny taunts Singham personally, vowing that the law will never catch him. Singham confronts Thangaraj, exposing his betrayal. To punish his treason, Singham orders police scouts to assassinate Saghayam, but spares Thangaraj, offering a chance for redemption. Harbour Shenyugin, Mail Vaganam's former ally, warns Singham of assassination plots. Singham confronts and defeats death squads sent against him, promising to strike back. The climax builds as Singham plants cocaine evidence at Thangaraj's home, setting the stage for an arrest. Sathya's investigation into her uncle's activities puts her in grave danger. Her father is instructed to murder her when suspicions arise. Found poisoned the next day, Sathya's death is no suicide. Singham, heartbroken and furious, confronts and brutalizes Thangaraj in jail, vowing to ensure justice and a death sentence. Using seized phones and digital clues, Singham traces Danny's communications, discovering he is hiding in Madagascar. Defying government hesitations, Ramathan supports Singham's plan to travel internationally. Days before his planned wedding with Kavya, Singham departs for Durban, South Africa, joining forces with Major Carl Ambrose of the local police. Together, they pursue Danny's network, culminating in a high-speed chase and a fatal shootout. Singham confronts Danny aboard his yacht, battling fiercely and overpowering the elusive drug lord. Danny is captured and brought back to India, imprisoned in Thuthukuti. At last, Singham returns home, victorious. With evil defeated and justice served, he reunites with Kavya, and the two marry, heralding a hopeful new beginning after the storm of turmoil